So I think at the end of Sunday, letting everything load in, we were kind of about ready to go do some bronze. I have since started that a little bit. So we went ahead and I went ahead and melted copper, tin, and I made myself a bit of bronze. I had to kind of work out how this was going to all work. So the big difference here is these sand casts, right? So these bad boys here, you get 4 of them every time you mix a singular block of clay, a singular bit of sand clay, and a bucket of water. It has to be spring water, though. It can't just be the salt water. It has to be from the river. And anything that doesn't burn. So that gives you 4 of these sand casts, right, for each of these pieces. So I went ahead and grabbed some of this bad boy here, the bronze mixture, which is 3 of the copper clusters and 1 of the tin. Yeah, exactly. Okay, chicken. Went ahead and mixed in some bronze mixtures, and one thing I kind of knew but didn't really plan for, is this actually gives you 8 ingots worth. It's the same 1152 versus 1152, but it's easier to read it here because I like that it shorthands this. So it gives you 8 ingots worth, right? So it doubles the output. It gives you 4 inputs for 8 outputs. And so I poured out myself a pickaxe head, and then realized that I needed to get rid of the rest of the bronze so I could do the copper and tin for the quest. And I ended up already making these, so I just picked these up again. So that's the next thing for us to do. So went ahead and did all this, picked up and crafted and did all this stuff. So now we're all up to date on here. The next thing to do is Immersive Engineering's hammer, which we're gonna need a lot more iron. But otherwise, we do have forestry to start. Oh, you're just gonna give it to me? You're just gonna give me this. You're just gonna give it to me to start. Okay. Ah, there's some use for. Okay, so we do have some early game stuff for tin, and then we need to make ourselves an apiary, which that'll be interesting because it's all wood and then combs, which we're gonna have to get from the bees. And then from there, we'll make the machine casings and all the rest of this stuff. I don't know how quickly I'll go into forestry. Yes. I don't know how quickly I want to get into forestry. I don't know how much I've expressed that here, per se. But I've never really been a huge fan of forestry, personally. But it's here. We may look into it. We'll see. The other one is going to be industrial foregoing, which I'm going to have to grab. Oh, it's just log and paper. Easy, easy, peasy. We'll grab spruce. That's a spoiler for a little bit. There. Grab this bad boy. Cool. So now, what does this do for us? Latex. Acacia gives latex. Dark oak. Are these all latex? These are all latex. Why? I mean, fine. Cool. But, like, why? Any log, it will produce liquid. You know what? Never mind. There you go. It will slowly consume the log. Each tree fluid extractor contributes to the consuming of the log. Okay, so then what does latex give us? A latex bucket, which gives us latex. Uh-huh. What does this do? Latex tank. Fluid tanks. That's all fluid tanking stuff. I want to know what it does. It's just bucket. I don't think this does anything. Yeah, I have a feeling this doesn't really do anything. Nah. Oh, it is literally used to make the bottler. Or you use any of these cans. I don't. Okay, yeah, I don't think latex does anything. So I don't know why this is here. You know what? Maybe if I read the quests, maybe. It just does. But bees are But bees are the best. The beekeeper. Well, yeah, and yeah. You know, you know, if I just read To be fair, if this was spelled out, not in the quest, because the quest kind of tells you that, but if this was spelled out, like if the latex processing unit, this right here, if the latex processing unit, this, told you that it took in latex and output tiny dry rubber, then I wouldn't have an issue. Wouldn't have an issue. But okay, so that's how we're gonna get plastic. Is we're gonna need to extract the fluid from trees, process it in the processing unit, and then burn it to make plastic. I don't really blame... Oh, you can make plastic tool pieces? But why? I mean, I know I'm going to need it for conveyor belts and all that. I know I'm going to need it for some of this stuff. I thought that was a candy cane, and I was really concerned for my health. Okay, so the other thing, you'll kind of notice it here, but I'm not going to mention it until I get down there. Because it's raining, and we may as well take our little walk down there now. So... I wonder if that's why it was always... Never mind. I was having issues with the corn or the carrots earlier where I would right-click it and it wouldn't drop anything. And I think I was right-clicking it with a corn in my hand, which overrides the grabbing of the crop with the planting of a new one. Okay, bye, mushroom. I'll get you in a little bit. Or that, where it doesn't drop anything. Alright. Give me the leeks. I like how it zooms in just to let me know that I am indeed exhausted. Thank you. Thank you, game. Okay. Let me grab the last bit of these. I may have to start grabbing some of these because I don't know what's going to happen in winter. I have no idea if these all pop off and I want to save them for when we do get to winter. Where is the Akashic Tome? Let's add our industrial foregoing. It's already in there. Why make me craft this if it's already in there? That's a little bit of a... I mean, it wasn't expensive, but it's like... It's just unnecessary, you know? I don't need to craft this book if it's in the book of all books. But that's pretty minor considering one of the first things you do is chop down a tree, and then the chopping block that it leaves behind isn't necessarily counted for your quest to make a chopping block when the quest itself says to chop down a tree. So you're like, oh, cool, chop down a tree, chopping block. Yes, the thing that it leaves behind. Wait, why are you still asking me for it? Why do you need me to turn this in? I just did it. Like, that's the only thing to me that's a little odd. Like, you have to break this and pick it up in order for it to count as the quest. And that's just a little bit of a miss for me personally. Oh, we only have 7, whatchamacallits, campfires. I don't know how much exploring we're going to be doing down here. I mostly just want to kind of go over what we've found, or what I found. It should be pretty soon. Oh, good. I keep finding these. I wonder if they keep growing more, which is fantastic. If they keep growing more of these... Ooh, tea. I haven't gotten tea yet. Oh, that's amazing. Because now we can get different berry tea. Ooh. I'm gonna enjoy this. This is good. Oh, and you can get cooking oil from it. Nice. Also, I just saw a lightning flash, so I am going to head underground. And I think this is the cave entrance that we want to go down into, but we'll see. Because it is the big boy that we've been going down. So, you might have noticed, yeah, right here even, that this is already kind of different. I did dig this out a little bit more to give us a little more room while we're walking down here. So I lit up a little more of our copper. Oh, is this the redstone? I think that's the redstone. I dug down a little more of our copper and lit up a little more of this. There's not really a whole lot there, but like, bruh, this copper vein, we're never going to need copper. Like, we're never going to run out. It's all of this. So, copper for days, baby. We're golden, as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I do want to do, and when we get back up topside we'll get to make, is I need to make some fences, because the reason why there's some of these weird, odd, like, cobblestones that we're kind of strewn about is I was trying to already dig out some of this, and this kept collapsing in on me. You might have noticed, yeah, those right there. Those two limestones, those are because it collapsed in on itself a little bit. So we're going to need to make some fences to support the cave wall structure. Yeah, I'm glad I went out. I'm glad I went down here. That's a storm if I've ever heard one. But yeah, so down here, as we kind of knew from before, is a pretty big cavernous area. Well, you can even kind of see the storm. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. Ah, apparently I'm sleep deprived. Here, let me sleep in this cave. Ah, the wind howling above me. My sleep deprived brain. Underground hurricane, exactly. I'm just glad it's not going to be a problem. Like, the block destruction, everything's turned off. Like, nothing up above is going to be a problem. This is why I didn't really worry about it. Otherwise, I would have moved everything down here. But it's literally just so that I need to take shelter, because the threat of being picked up by the wind is the problem. But we'll just go ahead and sleep out this bad storm. I love how the lighting keeps flickering down here. I wonder if that's the lightning topside. I think we're kind of good enough sleep. Okay, so I think before this was kind of dark, and so I took it upon myself to kind of go down here and lighten up. I don't remember if we did this on Sunday, like a little bit. So there is a bit more down here, and it kind of, oh yeah, we did. It came down here, but the thing that I don't think I showed off. Yeah, this is all fine. The thing that I don't think I showed off. Is it down this way? One of these was new. I can't remember if it was this way. I'm trying to remember in my head where the cave went and where I continued to explore. I don't think it's this way. It might have been one of the other caves. I thought it was this one, because there's an area where I could see, I think it's a different spot, where I could see the light from another one of my own campfires. And I thought that was this campfire that I saw from. So, maybe it's this way? No. Well, darn. I could have sworn I found another spot that I can go down. Well, we'll loop back around and see what we can find. I do want to come down here, though, real quick. Oh, is it up here? Maybe it was up here. Maybe not. I don't know. Things seem to loop back around on itself, though. That's kind of nice. I think I want to come down here anyways, because... Oh, this is dark as shit down here. Yeah, so these guys are, in fact, bronze pickaxeable, and I did end up making a bronze pickaxe, so now I should be able to grab these. Awesome. And I'll want the experience, too. Ooh, look at the fog in this cavern down here. All right, we'll definitely want to relight up some of this that we're going to be replacing. It's totally not radioactive, don't worry about it. I do too. Oh, it's like an actual crystal? Yeah, that's pyrotech too. You'd think that would break that. Oh good, we're gonna have wolf attacks tonight. Oh. Okay, this cavern is a lot larger than I remember it being, or expecting it to be. Okay, is this... That is not a flat surface I can put this on. I think that is. Oh, I don't know if I like this prospect at all. Nope. No, we're not going down that way. No, no. If there's one thing... Oh, hey. That looks familiar. Okay, so it is in a different cave entrance. I'll go over that way then. Well, good. This entire aquifer is one giant aquifer. Good to know. Grab the cobblestone since it was already broken. Okay, let's go find that other one. I think I know where it's at. I think the storm passed. Is that it? Is that all it is? Okay. Okay, so, but the other spot, before we actually leave this cave, because there's one more thing I want to show in this cave, is down this way. We had seen a little bit of this, and then I took out the campfires to make more light for this direction, not knowing there was a little bit extra here. So, if you'll notice on... You and me. I'm just gonna... Where these... Oh, those don't give me anything. Oh, goody. Okay, if you notice here, I couldn't tell what pyrite did, because it has the content tweaker and whatnot, and doesn't actually have its own thing, right? Well... Oh, this is it. Yeah, okay, so this hole down here led me over to this way, which... Oh, what's this? Oh, it's pyrite. And pyrite is going to be our new source of iron, because it's going to give us iron and sulfur. This is actually very nice, because... Not that. This gives us sulfur chunks. And sulfur chunks... Let's see... Get crafted into sulfur rods, because this is technically a blaze rod that's been renamed and retextured. And so blaze rod, sulfur rods, are going to be used for all things blaze roddy. Brewing stands and all the other good stuff. Oh, it's technically even a fuel, that's nice. It does have a material though, which is interesting. I don't know how... Is it only for bolts? Shards, arrow shafts, and bolt cores. Okay, so I'm not sure what to really do with those. I guess if I want to make a crossbow, cool, but otherwise I won't worry about it. But yeah, so we got sulfur now. Fantastic. Then I continue down this way. And this is, yeah, this is where it led me to the rest of it down here. So there's not a whole lot in this direction. That's where I was thinking I was earlier. But we do have a pocket of coal. And as you can see from here, we had coal on the surface. So the pyrite and the coal is now here. I'm looking forward to this iron deposit, which I think is this whole bit. So we have coal, iron, and sulfur down here. We do have copper and zinc somewhere up here. I think I know where this is. And I'll go down to that right now. Because... let's grab this cobblestone while we're down here. Yeah, I'm almost positive breaking these cobblestone blocks doesn't incur a cave-in. At least all of the times that I have broken a cobblestone, unless it drops like one of these stalactites, has not dropped a cave-in anywhere. Wow. Oh, that's right. Okay. So this is basically the edge of where I've been exploring. And hopefully it'll be made pretty apparent when we come down here as to why I haven't gotten any further. I started to mine out some of this and realized that the floor I was standing on, over there especially, is 1 block thick. Oh, it's a spoopy zone, man. This entire area down here is basically one big spoopy zone. I don't much care for it. I don't like deep water I can't see the bottom of. I don't like that it's a big dark cavern. I don't care for it. But like, I was up on here trying to continue that way, and as I was mining it out, more and more of the blocks underneath me were starting to fall. And I just decided to hoof it. And I just came back this way, and it got thinner and thinner. So basically where I'm left at now is the light that you saw from before is this room down here. This room down here is basically a big old, like, ancient cave-in, looking at the looks of it, from all the gravel and the limestone that fell into the water. But down around in here, this kind of curves back, is where the zinc and copper is. So right back here in that water is where the zinc is. So I want to come back down here when we have some support structures and when we have some ladders and some other things. But for now, I'm going to leave this as is. We don't need the zinc yet. We don't need a whole lot down here yet. I do want to take in more coal and more of the sulfur and iron. So before I cause more cave-ins in this deep cavern that we're in, let's go get some supports. And I think we'll start building up some support structures in here and start mining this out. I think the other thing I want to try and do... oh yeah, this does connect, by the way. It does go to that same thing. You just can't see it right now because I have to get down there in order to see it. But this whole area down here is the same aquifer as over on the left there, which should be the same aquifer as the other cave we saw in the other cavern room over there. So all of this is one giant cavern layer with water. So yeah, we've got nice spring water down here. We've got a nice cavern layer. But man, it's going to be interesting to try and explore, because just the psychological hurdle that I have to get over to actually want to explore that is going to be fun. Come on. The other bit of where we kind of left off is the area around the island. So I took a boat and kind of went around. This was the shore that we saw at the end of yesterday. Not a whole lot there. I didn't really do a whole lot. I think I stopped off and it was snowy, and then I came back that night. And then yesterday I kind of went around and looked around. Up here is more snowy mountain, but there is iron on the surface. Which, to be fair, if we have pyrite accessible to us, not really a reason to go at hematite. So, we'll see. I don't know where I want to go with that yet, or if I want to really go out there yet, but more iron is always appreciated. I will always take more easily accessible iron. Somehow missed this guy. Let's see, what else was new on this island that we found that we haven't seen since 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 Sunday. Honestly, I think that was the big... When did you get here, cow? And pig, why are you in the tree? Oh. Did the storm bring you here? Were you brought here on the storm? Okay. That's fine. Whatever. The more farm animals we can have, the merrier, honestly. I'm hoping for a goat, but hey, if we... That's fine, game. Just climb the tree. Just climb it all the way up. Oh, right. Wolves. I forgot about the wolves.